Hi there, channel, and welcome to Corfu in Greece. My first flight in real life as a passenger was actually to Corfu from Gardermoen, Norway, back when Gardermoen, Norway was not what it is today. But I kind of distinctly remember this airport. I distinctly remember these gates and the yellow metal that we had to walk through. I thought I'd just sort of like start this a little bit different and pretend that we're gonna do what I did back in the day when I flew here, and I did fly here in a 737, not a 737-800 such as this though, but a 737, I think it was 737-200, had the long sort of cigar shaped nacelles. It was a Broughton's safe plane. But yeah, that's not what we're doing today. Today we are doing the NGX, the 800, but not with the winglets, and we're doing it in a pretty classic livery, right? I think I've disabled the sort of stairs here in GSX, so hopefully, look here, that's a little bug. Bottom one is missing its texture. Hopefully we can actually enter this plane sort of and imagine taking place in the cockpit. Yeah, where are we going? We are going to Samos, which is another Greek island, and it has that amazing approach that we all love to try and fail at. So that will be interesting. Payload today is we have 116 passengers, 57.0. I guess they're all traveling pretty light. Yeah, of course. This thing is set up for pounds, which is really annoying. I almost guarantee you that no what am I doing? We're gonna go to return to setup, aircraft, displays. So on the final page there's kilos or pounds. Then there we go. Yeah, I was saying, I can guarantee you that no Greek operator has things set up in pounds. That would just make no sense. Anyways, payload 57, that is our zero fuel weight. Fuel, it's not that far. We're bringing 6,891 kilos of fuel. Okay, that's that. I guess the next thing we can then do is we can go in and we can call ground. We'll ask for some ground power, and we'll ask for an air conditioning unit because it is hot. And I can also ask to take with pitot covers. Yeah, so we're passenger cabin is 35 degrees Celsius or 33 degrees Celsius. That's pretty hot. Cont cab. I don't know if that's the flight deck or whatever. I've actually never paid attention to whether or not this moves or not, so that would be interesting to see if it goes down. Okay, so that's we got that started up. Let's align the IRSs. axes are basically the GPS on the plane. You have to align it because it's also connected to a inertial movement system. I think we'll just go ahead and set in. We are cruising at flight level 390, so we'll go ahead and put that in too. We go into the FMC and we go pause on it, and we are at Lima Golf Kilo Romeo, and go get the GPS, put that in here, route Lima Golf Kilo Romeo to Lima Golf Sierra Mike. That's the ticket. Today we are on Olympic OL, what did I call this one? 11. OAL 11. And the runway is 17. At least we're assuming it's 17 for now. Activate, execute. Departure. The departure out of here is the YNN1B departure. Man, a lot of departures. And the arrival. Oh, that's gonna be actually. I didn't even check that. The 27. I think is a. Oh yeah, okay, that's not the fun one. The runway 9 is the really fun one. We'll see what we can do about that when we get closer. But it's Ormo 2A, and it's runway 27 over SMO. No, I don't think so. I'm guessing here, but we'll see. Final reserve 0.69. Okay, close enough. Cost index. Let's do 90. Let's look at a crazy one today. And our plan fuel was 6.8 or 6.9 actually. 6.9, and flight level is 390. You ready to take off? Take off. Flaps 5. And so, like this. $146. Okay, that's all of those things done. Let's get the weather.
Lima Golf Kilo Romeo airport information. Mike 2050 Zulu weather wind 236 at 3 visibility 10 sky clear temperature 27 2.20 QNH 1005 advise on initial contact that you have information. Mike Lima Golf Kilo Romeo airport information. Mike 2050 Zulu weather wind 236 at 3 visibility 1.
Very low winds today. Yeah, no descent path after Shmubumb. Okay, I know that. And it's a disconnect in the flight plan, but I think we're going to deal with that once we get up to once we get to altitude. We need to request boarding. Oh, Stupid of me, I should have done that earlier. I really wish GSX had a little bit more sort of sense of where it was going and how it was going around. That would help a lot. Look at this baggage carts, they're going everywhere. Pretty dumb. It's really quite nice scenery though, I have to say. It's a fun little airport to own. Fun airport to fly into too. Corfu, it's got a nice nice approach. Especially the one coming in from what is it, the other way? Not runway 17 there, but the one coming in this way is quite nice. You fly past this little chapel, little church on a hill. It's quite cute, and the whole island is covered by its Flytampa. So it's just, you know, they do a great job. Always. There we go. Passenger boarding is complete. Let's go ahead and close the air stair and close the door. Since we don't need pushback here, I'll go ahead and start the APU at this point because I just want to get good to go. Let's see, our temperature is now down to 24 degrees, which is slightly more palatable. Not usually one to do tests in this guy, but maybe I should be, but I am not. One thing that kind of worries me, or I wouldn't say worry, but one thing that I'm questioning is this: the ram door is fully open. I thought don't remember seeing them like this. And that puzzles me. That does puzzle me. If you know anything about it, let me know. Okay, anyways, I think that's about it. We got Atlantic collision light and strobe lights, and we will go ahead and close the cargo doors. And we will request pushback and departure, but departure without pushback. I think we'll go ahead too and talk to ATC today because there is a lot of planes here and it's kind of a weird little ground. So we will talk to them and we will depart east.
You want to come into today's round, Olympic 738 with Yankee, request taxi for takeoff, east departure. Olympic 738, taxi to and hold short of runway 17 using taxiway Alpha. Contact tower on 120.85 when ready. Taxi hold short runway 17 using taxiway Alpha. Olympic 738.
Okay, so taxiway 17, that's really close. That's the one up here. Let's see where he's coming from. That's pretty demonstrative. Okay, cool. So we have APU running now. We will go ahead, we'll set parking brakes. And then we will go to ground connections and we'll disconnect these guys and remove the wheel trucks. And then we go ahead and start the left engine. Add fuel. Okay, it's engine 1. Go ahead and start engine 2. Add the fuel. Okay, it seems we have 2 good starts. Okay, next step, we'll turn off the electric hydraulic pumps, probe heats, window heats. Packs can come on, this can go to auto. Let's see if we can make sure that this temperature doesn't get too hot. It's still pretty hot in the back there. Actually, I'm going to put this straight to the coldest part here. Even putting it too high. We can turn over to the generators and turn off the APU. We can then go ahead and turn on our taxi lights and the yaw damper. And at that point, What we're missing is the transponder. And I think we're good to taxi. We'll turn on the terrain and weather radar when we get to the runway. Set flaps. And trim 4.9. So annoying. Let's do this entry, even though I'm pretty sure we shouldn't. Okay, so let's see, we have our transponder on, chrono started for once, Orbx RTO, weather radar and terrain radar, landing lights are on, continuous switches, we'll do a little chime, go around here. Weirdly sort of close call. There's someone's landing on runway 217 now. Toga. See, that's what happens when I move the cameras. V1. Yeah, to sort of stay on top of these things.
V2.
Also, right gear up. This is a really it's a neat departure too. I'm gonna go straight into, let's see, there's the Ryanair. Seriously, look at how good that looks. Shit, man, that looks so real. I just got the pilot ultimate mesh, and I have to say, I actually do think it could be that it's just purely placebo, but I feel like things are sharper defined and they don't have that. They're a bit more, they're not as rounded as they've always been. Like you see there's a little ridge here. I don't know, neat. Very neat. Hazy day. Yeah, flaps have to come all the way up. So we're kind of going, I was kind of hoping we'd come across Athens or something, but we won't. We're going straight across Macedonia. Or, I don't know, is that what it's called? Not Macedonia. Yeah, I think Macedonia to, oh, there's a big, beautiful airport that's released up there, that I keep forgetting the name of. I don't own it, but it looks pretty nice. Corfu looks pretty nicely done, right? It's beautiful plane. It's my first time to the Mediterranean. I went to Corfu with my parents because I was 10 or something. It was really, really fun. I couldn't get over how hot it was. Actually, it was very hot. Okay, that's 10,000 feet. I'll take off the landing lights and bring the ignitions back to normal, and we'll let people start walking around too, I think. Oh yeah, I still have these in high, don't I? I'll see, 20 degrees in there now. Nice and cool. Bring this back to auto. Yeah, actually, I really do think this. I used to have the Pilot's FTX Global 2010 mesh, and now it's the Ultimate mesh. I don't know. I just feel like it looks. And I'm not comparing it to here, but you also see there. I think it's it's definitely in place. You see, there's some anomalies here, but I'm not comparing it to any place, I'm just comparing the effect. This sharply defined ridgeline. that to me is pretty new. Or this sharp of defined ridge line is, to me, is new. At least that's how I'm interpreting it, or interpreting what I'm seeing. Or could be this is what I want to see. That's really cool. Yeah, so for this flight, it looks like we're pretty much top of climb. Yeah, there's a small cruise here. What we need to deal with is, of course, the charts. And I think today I'm just going to go ahead and do LGSM here, because it's really all I care about. Let's see if we can do this, if we can mix and match the scenery here. Kind of a cool scenery. I love the Olympic airline sceneries. Okay, so and I forget even the name of I forget everything. We're doing the Ormos 2A arrival. Which is pretty straightforward. It basically takes us above the airport, and we know that. Then the approach itself doesn't really have the good charts that the previous one had. It's pretty sad. That is pretty sad. That's a bunch of charts for the departures, but none really for the arrival. Okay. I kind of remember how to do the runway 9 arrival, which is a visual. So the way you normally do it is you go out here, you turn, you come in here, and you follow these visual landmarks to actually come in on time. I don't know how to get in the other side, so I think what we'll do is we'll do it how I remembered it, I guess. We could Google it too. LGSM charts, and yeah, these are the Jeppesen charts. They're the ones that are no helpful. See, that's the charts that I want. That's the charts we used to have, right? So, okay, so fair enough. So we're gonna leave Samos at the 111.6 departure at a heading of 161, 9 DME. We're gonna turn, come back at a heading of 359, 4 DME. We're gonna go to a heading of 040, and we will commence the turn when we're at 120 degrees at 900. So we have about 10 miles, about 20 miles to do the transition altitude for sure. Oh, look at the weather. It's pretty cool. Oi! These are some pretty bad cells. And we'll divert around this one. Some pretty bad weather actually. I did not expect it to be this horrible. Does seem to be mostly localized here to our left towards, I think it's Heraklion. Heraklion is what this city is called. So it could be that it would be in our best interest to just divert the whole thing. Look at those clouds, they are pretty massive. Look at it and it's pretty awful. I think what I would do here if I was a pilot in real life, I'd just request a direct to a subbo, and hopefully they'd grant me that, and I'd put in LNAV and we'd go directly there. Bypass this whole weather system on our left. Okay, next step, because this was going to be a little tricky. I was kind of hoping they'd have the charts for me. I mean, that's a little bit disappointing. It's also tricky, it doesn't seem to work. Anyways, so I guess we'll just figure it out as we go. What the weather's going to look like where we arrive, but I'll probably be fine. Weather to the southwest looks positively perfect. A little hazy, but come on. Degrees. I think at 23 or something would be better, but put it ever so slightly down. Outside air temperature at 29,000 feet is still 2 degrees Celsius, but we'll turn the anti-ice on now, just because there was some weather around here too. I'm supposed to turn that on when it's 10 degrees, but I don't know. I don't know how important that is really. One of these valves, I bet you that it's open. Static airports. What I'm talking about are these ram doors that are open, that were open. They're no longer open, so I guess that's fine. Oh wow. Didn't like this livery. 737-400. Haha. From the outside, perhaps. Okay, I'm going to, I think, since we are heading into a little bit of longer cruise here, I am going to leave this for a little bit, and I'll be back later. I'm back. Man, we're still not at top of the climb. Is it just me, or has this climb been like excruciatingly long, like a really, really long climb? Okay, let's take a look at this plan here. So basically, I think what we need to do is go to Sam, and then from there on, it's like I'm fully cool with it being disconnected, actually. So I think what we'll do is we'll go here and we'll go arrival, and we will just select runway 27, and we will get the runway extension. Oh, that's kind of cool. What is that peak there? I've never tried that before. Let's see, there we go. 3.5 mile arc. So let's do a 3.5 mile arc. That's it. Cool. Let's see how that looks. Sam, yeah, cool. Sam, that's it. If we now go to plan, there's so many things I haven't learned. Like this thing, like flight sim, man, it's so cool. It's just forever. You learn forever. It's pretty damn cool. So 5 miles outside of, there's the runway extension, and 1183. The thing that's important about this, I can show you, but what's so, first of all, the altitude in here then is a bit wrong. To be 11 up here at 1850. Be nice to see what kind of altitude. But let's put in. I was thinking like 3,000, but let's put in 3,500. And let's also put in a different speed now. Let's put in 180. And then 3,500 for Sam. Sideways. I guess we just hopefully do that turn. Very strange. Okay, we were very tilting to the right. That's fine. We know the drag is required, or actually not. Whatever. I totally forgot what I was saying, but basically it's so cool how much you learn in flights, and I've never put in just a runway before, and there you see what happens. It asks you to put in the runway extension and create a fix, basically, which is very neat. Very neat. Oh, we are at the top of the line, and we said 3,000 is what we set up for our Sam. need to, let's use Sky Vector, we already have it set up here. The thing about Greece is that its neighbor is Turkey, and Turkey and Greece are no friends of each other. And the thing about Samos is it's practically in Turkey. And to arrive here, they don't let you come in this way through the channel. Turkey does. Turkey does not let you enter their airspace if you are landing in Samos. At least that's how I understand it. So that's why when you come in here, you go out, you come back, you go around, and you go around. Pretty silly, but that is how it is. I'm sure you wouldn't be sent to jail or anything, but but they don't like it when if you incur into their airspace. I'm not sure exactly where we're at right now, but we're somewhere over here in the middle, I think. Making our way down. We start off here. Kerkira. Let's see. Hold on. GSM. This can go away. So that's basically our route, but it wanted to take us over Thessalonica, which is Macedonia. See, and here's the thunderstorms, the segment. And instead, we went more or less from there down to, probably went up here somewhere. And then we cut across. Like so. So we are probably somewhere around here. Should expand what we're seeing so a little to our left. Let's see if we can find this island. Yeah, that's that island. We are here. We are here. We've passed Skiros and we're going past this thing, and Chios is up ahead, and then we have Ishmir on the other side there. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go off mic a little bit again, but I'll be back. back again. Sorry for the interruptions there. I think prepared version 4 was looking really good. And considering that we're 22,000 feet away, up and a few miles away, it looks pretty good. That would just be a blurry mess in version 3. What is beeping? Seriously, that is an ident? But for what? Should we just go ahead and do this? God, this is ridiculous. It's really annoying because nothing is indicating to be on. Did that do it? Thank God. That's annoying. To rage quit the whole thing if that didn't work. If you spotted what made that happen, let me know. I have no idea what that happened. It's possible it's something I did, but I have no clue, to be honest. Still quite a ways away. I don't know, it's very, for some reason I just feel like the plane is behaving so strangely. We are 80 miles away with like only 9,000 feet to go. And very sort of shallow. Maybe it's I don't know, the only thing I've done differently is the what's it called? That stupid vector, the cost index. That somehow has something to do with it.
Lima Golf Hotel India Airport information. Romeo 1950 Zulu weather wind 355 at 6 visibility 10 sky clear temperature 282.18 QNH 1004. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Romeo Lima Golf Hotel India Airport information.
I am fully aware that that's not the right airport, but I'm just sort of getting a little bit of a head start. So winds from the north. We're gonna land west, 1.27. At least that's a plan. Let's review. Where did it go? And today everything is a flipping mess. What on earth? Let's see, oh, here we go. That's all my weird tabs. Anyways, we get to Sam. We're gonna go out, leave Sam at a direction of 161. So let's actually go ahead and tune Sam. And let's set the course to 161. Set this one to VR so we can track the DME. So we're 30 miles from Sam. When we get to Sam, we're gonna get 3,000 feet and 180. And we're gonna track 161 until we reach DME 9, at which point we will turn right and we will track 359 back. At that point, we're also gonna start a descent to around, I guess, 1850 or something like that. Other things we need to do, we need to set the approach speed 40, 136. Right now there's no weather. Let's see if we can even get landing clearance here. Runway 27. As expected. So, question is this Samos or is the next one Samos? I don't quite know, to be honest. Let's see, we have maps up somewhere. This is the menu. Yeah. Yeah, so it's all Samos. So we're here now. There comes the second, and that's behind the second in there. So it's behind here. That's Turkey. There in the back. I'm actually a little bit concerned about the mountains. 3,783. So this is the 4,000. So this is the 4,500 actually. $17.50 is the minimum. Let's help that to do. That's kind of weird, but I guess it's visual, so it's hard different. Go ahead and speed it and read. We'll take this down to about 200 since we're not doing since we're not dropping altitude until we're over the mountain. Example of a mesh, I think. All the best. I take it back. It's really not much different from anything else. This example is. So that's Turkey, so we're gonna go out here, come back around here, and then land like this. That is the plan. At least that is the plan. Okay, we'll go back. We'll balance back down to 3,000. We'll go flaps 1. And we'll engage the VOR lock. So hopefully it will capture the VOR.
25 minutes.
It's flaps 2. Capture the VOR here. Come on, capture it. Okay, there we go. It has it. Okay. Had it a little too early. Let's see. Okay. Work speed. 600, and we are flaps 15. Gear must come down. Gear down, flaps 15, 20, DMI 9. So when it wants us to turn, and it wants us to go back at a heading of 359. I think for this we'll be able to use this. Set this to 1800 because it wants it to be at 1850, flaps 30 at DME 4. Then it wants us to go for a heading of 040, and okay, let's see here too. And later it wants this, the arrow to be at 120. That's when we start our left turn for landing at around 800. DME9 coming up. Down, flaps 15. 9. Swing this around. Lock. Let's see if we can capture it at this point. I hope so, because we need to. Go. That's that one going. Set this to 40 now, which is what we want to go press when we get to 4 miles. And we can continue. Flaps 25 now. Flaps 30. Now definitely is the hardest. Okay, so airport is directly in front of us. Taxi light, come on, chime.
Approaching minimums.
4 miles, that point we will go right. Let's set this to 900 at this point. The speed of, yeah, let's see, 800. Seems about right. And one there, 440. This one will tune to 120. It's our turn point. Of course, spinning it all the way wrong, all the wrong way around. 120. So when we cross this now, bank hard and land. And at that point, see, 120, commence left turn, altitude 900. Speed brake, yeah, speed brake armed, auto brake armed, landing lights on, continuous switches, yes, real good, real good, real good, then that's 900. That's our turn, 120. First time trying this, so I feel like we're too low. Oh yeah, no, we're too high. Probably is easier than 1.9 if you do it correctly. If you have done it a couple of times before.
Sync rate.
Okay, here we go. Over the threshold.
50.
Bit of a crosswind actually.
30. 20, 10.
Yeah, definitely not on the center line, but look at it, it's actually got a 12 knot crosswind. I didn't expect that. Which is, of course, a little silly, but let's see if we can't see the replay from this one. I do want to see it. Let's see. I don't wonder if this is also one of those Saudi airports, and if it's a Saudi airport, then oh, you can see it. LSG is M, and let's go 27 and camera, and we'll go advanced, and we want to track the aircraft, turn off track IR. Off the center line, but it's my final correction there. That's a little off and really bad touchdown. Man, very cool. Very cool. I have to say, I'm pretty happy with that. Outside it's 31 degrees, inside the cabin is around 20, as I wanted. Guess I'm focused on the temperature because it's hot in this room.
Orbx 3D motion till Samos contact ground on 12985. 129.85. Orbx 738. Samos ground. Orbx 738 taxi to the gate. Orbx 738 taxi to gate 5. Taxi runway 9er. Taxi to gate 5. Taxiway runway 9er. Orbx 738.
Okay, gate 9. Lovely windsock. It's really a beautiful airport. Really a beautiful airport. Earlier today I flew another 29 Palms airport, which was or Captain said 29 Palms. I flew from Magdeburg, Kokstedt to their freeware offering. I don't know, I actually recorded the flight too, but something failed. But I flew to this one, Echo Delta Alpha Hotel. It's really nice, Heringsdorf, and free and nice. To check it out if you are interested in a Baltic destination. It's right in the Baltic Sea of Germany. Very nice, actually. Very well done. Reminds me a lot of Bornholm. Kind of the same type of airport, like a small airport with a fairly decent sized runway. Really fun to fly into too. Matches perfectly with FTX Germany. Some pretty terrible parkings lately, so let's see if we can make a better one at this time. I'll go ahead and turn off the taxi lights, no need to. Take anyone's eye out. It's pretty bright out, no need for lights. Okay, and we'll switch, put the APU on the buses, and we can turn on the engines and release the passengers. Bit too far on the skew, yeah. Broken record, dude. He's never happy. Let's see if we can't get rid of this stupid ATC window that never disappears. And let's start the deboarding. Ground connections, we'll set some wheel chucks in here, and I think we're actually going to go ahead and connect an air conditioning unit. And yeah, that's about it. We're just going to shut this one down so we don't really need ground power for anything in particular. But I have to say I'm pretty stoked about that approach. That went down well, and almost by the numbers. I wish I had some more calculated numbers for the actual descent part of it, but I'm pretty happy with how that final turn to final went and the actual landing. Could have been better, of course, but all in all, for not having tried it at all, it's pretty tricky. Pretty happy with that. Yeah, anyways guys, thanks for watching. You can comment, you can like, you can subscribe, anything you want. As they say, and I will see you in the next one. Yeah, I'm still shutting down things here. I'm like anal about it. Not really that anal about it because I'm doing everything backwards. But there we go. Cold and dark, everything's off. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.